Hello everyone, this is Carolina Choice Reyes, Bachelor in Secondary Education, major in Filipino. So for today's video, we will be discussing about the Filipino traits and characteristics. So without further ado, let's proceed to the presentation outline. So for the presentation outline, we have positive traits and negative traits. So for the positive traits, we have faith in God, close family ties, welcoming to visitors, obedient and dutiful, respectful, helpful, diligent and patient, resourceful and creative, cheerful, thrifty, and frugal. So for the negative traits, we have nignas kugon, manyana habit, crab mentality, colonial mentality, bahala na, sore losers, and lack of discipline. So for the positive traits, we have the first one, we have faith in God, which means we may have different religions in different sectors of our country, but what is consistent is that we all have one strong form of faith. Like for example, we begin each day with morning prayer. So the next one, we have close family ties, which means that we enjoy the feeling of having and knowing family members are around us, like from cousin, aunts, uncles, and grandparents, and some families share their homes, like celebrate holidays and lend a hand to our relatives when it is needed. Like for example, this one, do things together as family and have a regular family outings to places such as park. And the next one, we have welcoming visitors, which means that when we have people visit in our homes, we always welcome them with smiles, conversation, and food. Like for example, this one in the video, when someone visit your home, wear your smile so that they can feel that they are welcome to your home. And the next one will be obedient and dutiful, which means that in our culture, we always respect and follow what our parents and adults advise us to do. And also, not talking back and trusting the adults around us has always been a part of who we are. And the next one, we have respect, which means from the mano to saying po and opo daw to our elders. These words that are a part of our language show how we respect people. Like, for example, this picture. The next one we have here, helpful, which means that it is expected that we help out in the house and offer help to siblings, friends, and relatives when we can. And also we have the bayanihan spirit in us, and it is why in times of calamities or disaster, Filipinos are mostly helpful to one another. Like for example, when someone get tired and feel unworthy, they really need your hand to pick them up. So the next one here, we have diligent and patient, which means daw kanang majority of our livelihood in the Philippines is based on agriculture, and also it takes a lot of back-breaking work to plant the fields, and also then it takes patience to care, water, and harvest it. So the next one, we have resourceful and creative, which means daw that during the times when we don't have the means to accomplish something, we find ingenious ways of using what we have to solve our problems. And the next one, we have here cheerful, because we've been through a lot of trials in our history, especially karon nga panahon. Filipinos have learned not to be depressed. Rather, we find a joke and try to have fun even during times of difficulty. That's what Filipino is. It is very cheerful and charming, and they do what they can do so that they can be healed and be happy. So the next one here, we have thrifty and frugal, which means now that we don't like to waste anything since we don't have a lot. We are careful of what we have, knowing that it will be served as well for a long time. And the next one, we have the negative traits. So the first one, we have here the nignas kugon, which means that we start something eagerly but lose momentum and don't tend to finish or reach long-term goals. And the next one we have here, mañana habit, which means daw that sometimes Filipinos would like to put off doing things until is it too late. Like for example, are fixing what needs to be fixed or saving money for future expenditures. And they would like to put off doing things until is it too late. The next one we have here, crab mentality, which means that Filipinos sometimes get jealous of other people's success that are they find a way to pull the other person down rather than striving to be a better person. The next one we have here, colonial mentality, which means that if something is made in America or a foreign brand, we think it is a greater quality. So we buy foreign products more than we will buy locally made products. So the next one here we have the word bahala na, especially relate kaayo ta mga Pinoy, which means daw when helpless we tend not to act to solve our problems. We usually don't plan ahead or plan for contingencies. Instead of covering all our bases, we simply let the fates dictate what will happen next. So the next one here we have sore losers, which means daw many times we Filipinos become very competitive and hate losing, so that at times when we lose, we find a way to get even. So the last but not the least in negative traits, we have here lack of discipline, which means daw pollution, traffic rules, and the following the law are things Filipinos tend to ignore. Also, we like to sell our wares on the streets, beat the red lights, and throw our garbage in the wrong places. Like for example, here in our picture, bawal magtapon ng basura dito, but Filipinos are lack of discipline so that magsige sila og labay o basura bisag asa. So the next one we have here, conclusion. So as we all know that the positive traits, it help us to inspire people to do good things with manners. And for the negative traits, it is the awareness for everyone so that they can aware themselves. And that would be all about the Filipino traits and their characteristics. Thank you for listening, and if you have any question, don't hesitate to ask or comment in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Bye!